welcome to part 6 of My Sister's Got a Spoon Up Her Nose. Last time we read the story, Nicholas had been coaching Dad as he ran, but it was clear that this was the first time that Dad had run for quite some time, because he ran a mile in just 1 minute less time than it would take someone to walk a mile, and Nicholas was very unimpressed. Do you remember Dad said, "I'm dead," he announced. "How long did it take?" 14 minutes. You may as well have walked. 14 minutes, Dad. That's pathetic. Mr. Tug is much faster. How do you know? Because a snail with one leg missing could do it faster than you. Snails don't have legs, argued Dad. They have a foot, I argued back. It's much the same thing. No, because legs are longer than feet and they have knees in the middle and stuff like that. Dad? What? We're talking a load of rubbish, aren't we? Yes, it's a lot better than running. He grinned at me. Right, I told him. We're going to run back home now, and I mean run. Get on your feet. Come on, quickly now. 1, 2, 1, 2. We made it home in 10 minutes. But only because it was downhill, I pointed out. It's pretty pathetic, really. As Dad was leaning over the gate in what he called the recovery position, Mr. Tug's front door opened and he stepped out. He was wearing a whiter-than-white t-shirt, so bright it almost blinded you. He had little white shorts, long white socks up to his knees and running shoes. He stood on the doorstep and went through a flurry of warm-up exercises while Dad and I watched in amazement. Then he marched down the front path, took up a position and whoosh, he was off. Well, that answers our question before, doesn't it? About the wrong person goes whoosh. It's definitely Mr. Tug. We stared after him, but it wasn't long before he'd vanished from sight. I looked at Dad. He had turned almost as white as Mr. Tug's t-shirt. Very slowly, a frown crept onto his face. The frown became a dark scowl. "You know what?" Dad muttered. "We are going to beat that jumped-up twit. He won't get away with it. I shall be the king of speed. He won't see me for dust." "But Dad, he can run. He can really run. Didn't you see how fast he was?" "I am going to beat him," Dad insisted. "How?" "I have a plan." "Okay, what is it?" I asked. "I'm going to creep into his bedroom tonight, and I'm going to unscrew his legs and put them in the dustbin." "Dad!" He gave me a crestfallen glance and wailed. "He can run, Nick! He can run! Properly! His legs go up and down and everything! He's bound to win!" "No, he isn't. What you must do is train harder and don't give up. Once you give up, you have no chance of winning at all." "You sound just like my teachers at school when I was a boy," groaned Dad, and I knew what he meant. I sounded just like my own teachers, let alone Dad's. However, the race was only a week away, so Dad was going to need a miracle if he was to have any chance of beating Mr. Tug. "Come on," I ordered. "It's time for another training run." Dad groaned and struggled to his feet. Okay, 2 questions today. Question number 1. Do you remember that when Dad saw Mr. Tug on his front doorstep in his smart running outfit, doing his flurry of exercises, do you remember the author said that Dad's face turned white? So question 1 is, why did Dad's face turn white when he saw Mr. Tug? What was Dad feeling? Question 2, I would like you, please, it's not really a question actually, activity 2 I'll call it. I would like you to create an exercise routine for Dad. He's got 1 week to get fit enough to race Mr. Tug, and we've seen that Dad is very unfit at the minute. What exercises would you recommend that Dad does to get fitter? Thank you very much. I look forward to getting your emails. Bye-bye.